everyone, and welcome back to my channel for another fabulous speed build on this beautiful Monday. It might be beautiful for you, but it is not that beautiful for me because I live in Florida and we are currently under like multiple tornado warnings, and there's a big storm coming. And like a true South Floridian, I had no idea that this was even happening until like, I don't know, Saturday, and I was like, probably should go get some waters just in case like we lose power or something. But I guess we're thriving. Like, it's kind of just storming right now. The dogs are miserable, and when the thunder strikes, I swear, poor Hobo, her whole soul leaves her body. But with that being said, I hope everyone is being safe and doing well, and I hope the storm is just like a little rinky-dink and like isn't a big deal. I don't know. I hope it is. My family lives on an island, so I really, really am hoping that they are, like, A-okay. Excuse me. Sorry, Hobo's feeling stir crazy because it's been raining, so we haven't had as much outside time as we would like. But let's talk about our build just a tad. As you can see, we are building kind of a teeny tiny little, like, family home. But I promise this house is actually way bigger than you think. Well, okay. It's small. Like, the rooms are very cramped, but it ends up being a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home, and there's also a detached garage, which I turn into a gym when we make it to that point. So you could definitely have another bedroom if you want there, maybe a parent's room, or if you have the for rent pack, you could like rent out that little loft space and do a little kitchenette thing. But this house is actually quite fabulous. Do you want to know why? Minor drum roll, just a minor. This build is actually base game only. I know. Who is she? It might even be like semi-limited budget, but I'm pretty sure it's not. I'm pretty sure I was like, fuck it. If it's limited pack, does it have to be limited budget? Honestly, I just want to have fun. I'm just a girl. I just want to have a good time. But it is base game. When I first started, I was gonna do a limited pack build, period. And as you can see, the columns I just put on the garage are actually from Get Together. I think they're some of my favorite columns in the entire game. I'm totally obsessed. But at a certain point I was like, you know what? Why am I being like this? Why am I doing this? Let's do a limited pack build. And then I was like, no, let's do a base game build. So I ended up building this little cute base game family house, and I love the way it ended up coming out because I just find it to be very, very playable. I've said this multiple times. Typically my favorite houses to play in this game are single family, single story homes. But I will say for a house that is 2 stories, I still quite like it because the only room that's upstairs is a super teeny tiny stair landing, a tiny bedroom, which is the primary bedroom for the parents, has a double bed in it, but it's really small, and then a bathroom as well. So I think you could like still get the same benefits of not having a 2-story house, because the reason I like playing in a single family home and a single story home in this game is because the toddlers and the infants, like, I'll be like, okay, go get your food for my toddler, but they don't know how to walk yet or whatever. Or even if they do know how to walk and they're like, they take 4 hours to descend the stairs, like, come on, you're 18 months old, get it together. And then they're like, your kids are gonna get taken away because I haven't eaten fast enough. And I have a lot of anxiety, and I also have a perfection complex. And I don't know if this is a normal thing, which is why I'm going to preface this with that, okay? I have never had a child take away The Sims. Okay, I've never had that happen to me. I really work hard not to because I feel like I'd be losing, right? Like, I've been playing the 100 Baby Challenge. I have had, like, 8 infants at one time before, and I didn't get those things taken away from me. There's no way I can allow, like, just regular teeny bopper family gameplay, having a good time, having a fun time by myself, just vibing, let my kid get taken away, okay? That would be unacceptable. I feel like I'm very good at playing The Sims. I don't really know how you measure that, but I play it a lot. I have a lot of experience, and in my personal life, I find myself to be very good at, like, delegating things and multitasking, so yeah, it's against my nature to freaking have my babies taken away. And so to combat that effort to the best of my ability, I oftentimes play in a single story house. I also kind of sort of neglect my kids. Just to drop that little piece of lore, I sometimes, not all the time, but like, if you can walk and you can potty as a toddler, good luck. Like, I can just drag and drop you food. You're fine. You're fine, okay? Like, and I don't know if I'm the only one who does that, but yeah, sometimes I do that. Maybe not so much with my firstborns, but like, yeah, if you're like the 3rd oopsie baby, like I was only planning on having 2 or 3 kids, and then like risky woohooed or something and got stuck with you, I'm not saying I don't love you, but I've already progressed the storyline with another generation of Sims, and you're like, age is kind of holding me down. I don't know. That is so horrible. Sometimes I say the like most horrible things, but in the context of The Sims, it's not as bad. I hope. At least I don't think it's as bad, but what do I know? Anyway, we are working on our little entryway, and I was trying my very best to really clutter up this house because a lot of the sentiments I've seen online regarding base game only houses is that they all look the same and they can be very boring, which I do agree. When you build as much as I build, or if you're a builder period and you only have access to the base game, I could see how oftentimes the styles and the way your houses look are very same feeling, because you kind of only have options to like do a really traditional suburban Sims build, like family home, or you have ultra modern kind of vibes, and then we have like a few Spanish inspired like design assets, like a couple chairs and stuff, but we have more build assets that are Spanish inspired, in my opinion. Anyway, and I just think it really does limit what you can and can't do, or at least can make it look a little plain. So I have a whole video actually, which I can link below on my channel, about how to kind of spice up your base game only build. So like, plug myself, my bad. But I think one of the first tips I put in that video is about clutter and kind of making sure your Sims houses feel super lived in. Because I know when I first started building, I had no access to like move objects, the debug menu, anything like that. So just the knowledge of like being able to place these shelves that I'm doing and making it just look more realistic and warm and fuzzy and lived in, and I just think that's how you can really spice them up. So I wanted to really emphasize that throughout this home. And I did a couple weird funky things, like in the living room I end up going with like a sectional sofa, and I use those stupid freaking pillows that we got in like the SDX drop or whatever it was called, where we got like the free like thing as long as you did the login event. I used those pillows, and in my head I was like, yes. You know that TikTok sound where it's like you're eating and it's like crunchy or whatever? That was how I fucking felt with these pillows. I was like, it's kind of ugly. What if I add another pillow? What if I add another pillow? That's how I truly am in real life. I have a very large U-shaped sectional, and I want to say there's 9 throw pillows and 2 throw blankets on that. And those are my regular pillows. During the holidays, I have multiple seasonal pillows. I didn't buy it because I'm trying to be financially responsible, but I'm still thinking about it, so I might try to go back and get it. I was at the Home Goods, and they had a freaking spider throw pillow for like spooky season, and it was super bedazzled and like beaded and sparkly, and I was like, you know what would really like cure my depression? This fucking sparkly pillow. I didn't buy it, but I honestly, I'm typing this out, and I've had a very successful day, you know, just like vibing, so maybe I'll go and get it. But it's like a hurricane. I'm not going to drive in a hurricane to go to Home Goods to get a spooky season pillow in the middle of August. Am I? No, I'm not. I'm not going to do that. But anyway, we are moved on, and we are in one of the 2 downstairs bedrooms, which ends up being this cute little nursery. And I tried to clutter it best I could. That was like the theme that we were going for. The only room I can say I didn't really clutter as much was the primary bedroom upstairs because it was just so tight. But I had so much fun. I made like a little dinosaur themed room. And it just came out so cute. It's very like multicolored, and I was having a good time. I think it came out really nice. And if someone from EA, or someone who knows someone who knows someone who knows someone who works for EA, if there's a message I could get to them, can we please have some more free stuff in the base game? Or hear me out, more swatches, like on the beds or even the cabinets. Like, I just think that EA could get a lot of brownie points from the community if they gave us like a recoloring of a couple of the base game beds, and then if they gave us 1 new counter set, which I know is a huge ask because there's like different pieces, but like it's kind of weird that we don't have that normal, at least in the United States. I feel like there are a lot of houses that have the shaker style cabinet. Like, even I have those. They're not like the plain white ones with the color or whatever, but they're wooden shaker style cabinets with a plain like quartz or marble countertop that are a little bit more modern but still kind of traditional looking. I don't know. One with like a bunch of swatches, dark and light woods and colors, and I want all of it. Okay? One of those. One singular new sofa with a gazillion swatches. And one new base game bed. If they gave us that, first of all, that was basically the size of a kit, which is sad. I have a lot of feelings about the kits. But I just think that would be so nice, and we haven't gotten a lot of free stuff lately. I know we had the login event, so I guess that's like technically inaccurate. But the login event, like if you didn't do it, you can't get it, and then there's all these problems where like if I have to undownload my game, I can't get the assets back. So basically, EA, can we have some more free stuff? Please. I'm asking very nicely. I will say a lot of nice things about you, I promise. Those are just like the core things that you need in a house. But anyway, we're in our primary bedroom. We are almost finished with this house. There is not a lot going on in this bedroom because it is tight, but I know that your Sims will be able to move around it. I just wouldn't add anything else because this room is just whittle. But I like that. I feel like you don't need a ton of space in Sims houses because they're just, they are, like, I don't know, Sims, if they have too much space, they, like, don't route right, and it pisses me off, and then it takes 9 million years for them to, like, pick up their kid and change their diaper, and it was, like, a big brouhaha that I don't like. But we are finishing up some last-minute details. This is our gym. I just wanted to have some nice, like, skill-building items everywhere, but you could definitely turn this into an additional bedroom if you needed to, which is nice. And then I'm finishing up our porches, and with that being said, we are pretty much done with this build. And I know we've been, like, zooming around kind of a lot because this is a speed build, hello. But we are going to jump in-game for a live tour right now. Alright team, here we are with our final build, and I am obsessed with her. She's really cute, and I just think really playable. I also love having like longer driveways in my Sims game, and I really enjoy the red accents in between the flowers, our little debug car, and of course our door. But this is a completely base game build, and I actually even put a shell of this house on my gallery. Let me see. I'm pretty sure I did. Maybe I'm just a liar too. Nope, here it is. So if you want to just decorate this, Lori, thanks, Queen. That was so sweet of you to comment. But I've been trying to remember to do this more, so if you want to just decorate, you can. It has the floor plan done, all the landscaping, all the boring stuff, if you will, unless you're into that. But that is available on my gallery as well. Now let's get into our actual tour. So you come in, it's a little tight, but I wanted this house to be closed together because I have the tendency to make really way too big of houses, and then they feel empty because I just can't even clutter that much to make them look good. But you come in, you have a really cute little entryway with some backpacks for the kiddos, and like you throw your keys out here, a little photo, and then we have a nice little dining table, very neutral in here, which is something I definitely gravitate towards. Then we have our kitchen. I made sure to leave this cabinet clear so you could cook still. Your Sims will not be able to cook on cabinets or countertops with clutter. And then we have like all the mugs. I like this little lunchbox clutter item right here. I just thought that was so cute. And then of course a cluttered shelf is speaking right to my heart, okay? And then I made this like kind of makeshift hallway. I just wanted it to feel separate. And all the way over here we have a bedroom for a child. It's a nice sized room. It's definitely small, but it's nice and cluttered, and as a little girl I would have loved this room, and like that it's kind of sort of sectioned off, so you have like your sleep area and your play area. Then we have a nursery, our little dino nursery, which I had way too much fun building. I absolutely love this rug that we got with a base game update right around when we got the infant update with Growing Together. So cute, so superb. We love her. Then you come through here, and the living room is actually in the back of this house, and here is my little makeshift sectional with all the pillows. We love the pillows. We love them. And it feels very lived in. I do wish I had gotten maybe a couple more shelves, but I wanted to make sure your Sims had a good walking pathway. And then over here we have a downstairs bathroom. It's a really nice size, so perfect for you to bathe your children if you need to, because God knows bathing infants in this game is so hard. Then you come upstairs, and it's a very like tight little landing here, but you have an ensuite bathroom. It's the same as the downstairs one, just a different shape. And our primary bedroom that is very tight, but I tried to clutter it best I could, and it is functional, so what else do you really need? And then we're going to go downstairs again, to our gym area. And again, you could totally make this an additional bedroom if you wanted, but I just like the story purposes of having kind of like a workshop. And if you didn't want it to be a gym, you could totally use this as like a skill building room and put all the crazy like microscopes and all the stuff your Sims need for their career over there. Then we have a little play area for the kiddos, and of course some flower pots, and then, you know, a fire hazard and somewhere to eat if the fire hazard doesn't actually burn the house down. But that is the whole house. It's very simple in nature, but I think it's a great little house to start with. It's like 62,000 simoleons. That's the lot value, but I think the actual value of it is 62,000 simoleons. Yeah, give or take. But it's a nice family home, so I hope you enjoy playing in it. If you use the shell version and you decorate it, definitely let me know. I would love to see that my shells are actually being used and helping people enjoy their game a little bit more. But with that being said, we are at the end of the video. So if you enjoy it, make sure you give it a little thumbs up. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel. We are on the road to 1K. I can feel it. It's happening soon. And don't forget to drink your water. I will see you guys next time. Bye, everyone.